Our next data type is the Boolean data type. A Boolean data type, or Bool, is a true or false data type. And see, we don't have a true or false value. Either we have to create an enumerator, which we haven't looked into, to specify true or false, or to say our variable only holds a true or false data type. We can use, or only option that we have is to use the number 1 or 0. Any positive number, including negative numbers, is considered as a true statement or true, and 0 is always false. So if I say int my bool, and if I say 1, this means true, and if I say 13, this is also true. That means if I use this variable in a condition, it is considered as a true statement, and if I use or assign it 0, it is considered as a false statement. To make it more specific, there is a C standard library known as stdbool.h, which we can specify by including the library std, and we can create now a Boolean data type. This is an alias for the true or false keywords. So if I want to create a Boolean data type, I can say bool, since I have included the stdbool.h header file, my true, then assign it the value true, and if you look at true, it's a defined macro definition, which is 1, and we can do the same thing, my false, false. Or if we don't want to use the stdbool header file, we can use another macro statement type def called bool, and we can say my b and say true, or no, actually not true, but we can use the value 1 or 0. One of the last data type, or it is a def type, which we are going to look into what a def type is. That means a way we use to create an alias, but this def type is available in C as a data type known as size t. Size t is not a primitive data type, but it represents the value ranging from 0 to size max. The reason why we are using size t is because integers are finite. That means we cannot use them to their maximum limit, but if we want to be sure and we want to use the maximum limits of a number in our computer or in our system, we can use the size max macro. So if I type size max in here, it comes up as a macro. It says that since my system is unsigned integer, it's holding the maximum unsigned integer value. So this is very important for creating a loop. So in case if I use an integer and I have a very large database, I'm going to be limited to loop up to a 4-byte size integer. But if I want to use the maximum size, I can create a variable of type size t and say loop starts from 0. Now I can loop up to its size max. Although this is dependent on the computer architecture type, whether it's 16, 32, or 64-bit, but one of its benefit is to use a number to its maximum limit. To print a size t variable in a printf function, we can use the following format specifier, which is a %size zu, and we can provide it the size t data or variable type. For example, I want to print out the maximum size integer value or natural number value, which is size max, and if I go compile it and run it. As you can see, the largest number that I can print is the long double. I believe there's also size min, only size max. So if we are not sure of the exact size of our data type, we can also use a C function called sizeof. This gives us the exact size of our data type. So for example, if I want to print f and size of an integer in my system, so let me say, since sizeof is returning, let's say size of, and let's look at the return type of sizeof. It said unsigned long, so I have to use LLU because it's unsigned long. It's unsigned, so LLD, and let me give a new line and provide a size of int. Let me delete this, and so this should give me 4 bytes or the number 4. Compile it. As you can see, it gave me the number 4, which means 4 bytes. If I change this to long double, not sure if it is correct. As you can see, long double is 16 bytes. So this is one way of figuring out the size of our data type.